Rockstar might be busy plugging away at updates to Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA Online, but the studio's biggest fans are all thinking about one thing in particular: Grand Theft Auto 6. Naturally, as is the case with pretty much every hotly anticipated unannounced video game these days, the rumor mill has been turning for quite some time. With talk of next-gen tech, throwbacks to classic entries in the series, and the sequel even taking cues from Red Dead, it's shaping up to be something really special, as long as it all comes to fruition, of course. Given the sheer amount of rumors doing the rounds, however, separating fact from fiction can be tricky. With that in mind, I'm Yoon from WhatCulture Gaming, and here's everything you need to know about GTA 6 Project Americas, taken from previous leaks, and a now-deleted Reddit post transcribed by the fine folks at Games Radar. Number 14, the working title is Project Americas. The first thing to intimate the sheer scale of Rockstar's latest entry in the GTA franchise is its working title, Project Americas. The Americas, as we know, is the name given to the continents of North and South America respectively, which encompasses Canada, the United States, Mexico, Brazil, and dozens more Latin American countries. Turns out the working title isn't just for show either. Apparently the game will take place across multiple locales both in and outside of the United States, as per The Know, who have since reverted to their old title as Inside Gaming. Number 13, it won't be as realistic as Red Dead 2, but will take certain features. Anyone who's played Red Dead Redemption 2 will tell you that one of the game's best features was the bond between protagonist Arthur Morgan and their horse. You could name them, feed them, clean them, and brush them, and as you spent more time with your steed, your bond would increase, allowing for more moves and gear to be equipped. According to the latest batch of GTA leaks, it appears as though Rockstar will be applying the same mantra to the player's vehicle. Players will no longer be able to carry entire arsenals on their person at any one time, and will instead have to transport heavier weaponry and equipment in the trunk of their vehicle, as per Games Radar's first rider. It's a huge change, but one that will help the game feel more challenging and authentic. Weapons and items like body armor will also appear on the player once equipped, adding some visual realism to the mix. Number 12, the action is split between Vice City and Rio. By far the most frequent and longest running rumor regarding GTA 6 has been that the game will take players back to Vice City, the titular locale from the 6th and most lauded entry in the series thus far. An analogue for Miami, fans have been clamoring to head back to Vice City at some point in the future, and it looks as though they may get their wish come GTA 6's release. Even better though is the rumor that states the Magic City isn't the only locale to feature in the upcoming sequel, but instead one of two. The game is set to sport a focus on the drug trade, and so will look towards South America and Rio de Janeiro in particular. It's likely the player will start at Rio before making their way to Tommy Vercetti's old stomping grounds, but expect both locations to feature heavily throughout. Number 11, Liberty City may also feature, and more cities could be on the way. Liberty City last appeared in GTA 4, and it looks as though it'll be making a comeback in entry number 6. According to rumors, Rockstar's New York stand-in will appear for linear missions only, along the lines of Ludendorff in GTA 5. With that in mind, might it be possible that other locations from GTA's past feature too, such as San Fierro? Conversely, a supposed leak posted via Pastebin, relayed by Dexerto, claimed that Rockstar's Big Apple stand-in will actually feature heavily in the game, in as important a way as Vice City supposedly will too. That very leak was reportedly deleted by Rockstar themselves, and claimed that the likes of Los Santos and the wider state of San Andreas would appear too. Could the game be that expansive? It's certainly possible, and the fact Rockstar apparently felt the need to delete the post could potentially validate it too. Number 10, it'll be set in multiple time periods. By far one of the most exciting rumors regarding the new GTA is that it'll be set across a period of at least a decade, following our protagonist from the 1970s, during the age of Watergate, Disco, and Dirty Harry, all the way through to the 1980s, which of course is where the events of the original Vice City took place. Taking a more historical approach has paid dividends for Rockstar in the past, and given the two most recent games were both set in the modern day, it makes sense that the studio would opt for something different this time around. The same rumor also states that the game won't shy away from the political backdrop of each decade's milieu, citing both the AIDS epidemic and what could potentially be the Mariel boat lift, which saw thousands of Cubans emigrate from Castro's regime to the US in 1980. Number 9, the story takes inspiration from Narcos. The same rumor posted by Reddit user Jack-O-Lantern1982, which has now been deleted, claimed that the next GTA will lean into a heavy influence from Netflix's Narcos, a crime drama series that charted the rise of the notorious real-life drug kingpin Pablo Escobar. Apparently, this very influence will see Rockstar's latest project boast a vast amount of non-English dialogue, with the game set to feature as many subtitles as Max Payne 3. This makes sense given the title will supposedly see the player move from the streets of Rio to the beaches of Vice City, and the decision to strive for another level of authenticity by portraying portraying different languages certainly lines up with what Rockstar have done in the past. As for Narcos itself being an influence, that isn't all that surprising. The Netflix-produced web series has proven hugely popular since its premiere, garnering multiple awards and accolades along the way. Number 8, there's only one playable protagonist. One of the prevailing rumors regarding GTA 6 has been that the game would retain the previous entry's focus on multiple protagonists. The two biggest ones thus far offer two competing narratives, with one maintaining a focus on dual protagonists and the other saying Rockstar have abandoned the concept altogether. The first posits that players will take control of one character, called Ricardo, as he performs smuggling operations for the cartel between South America and Vice City. You eventually work your way up to the top alongside another character, called Casey, at which point new mechanics revolving around the game's economy are apparently introduced. It was previously rumored that GTA 6 would feature the series' first ever playable female protagonist, but that appears to be incorrect if the latest rumors are anything to go by. Anyway, it all sounds very Scarface, and while some might consider a possible decision to backpedal on the multiple protagonists of GTA 5 a backstep overall, it wouldn't be without its benefits, just as the decision to focus on more than one proved occasionally problematic over the course of the last story's runtime. Number 7, but you could also play both sides of the law. Conversely, another rumor coming from Fireden states that GTA 6 will retain the multiple protagonist feature of the first game, and that it will see the player operate on both sides of the law. More interesting, perhaps, is the actual description of how working for the Thin Blue Line may actually work in gameplay. The same rumor posits that the police side of the game will actually work like LA Noire, and if you found yourself wanting more of Team Bondi's seminal detective thriller, that can only be a good thing. Number 6, there'll be a prison chapter. For a game series all about breaking the law and avoiding the police, it's a little odd there haven't been more prison sequences in GTA. One of GTA Online's earlier heists featured a prison break, and Vice City sported a similar mission during its opening. However, there's never been a mission where you've been stuck in a facility for a prolonged period of time, and that might be about to change for the next title. Games Radar's write-up mentions that a giant prison will feature in the main story. GTA 5 had Bolingbroke Penitentiary, but it certainly couldn't be considered giant, with the only navigable areas being in the yard and entrance. That means the next GTA could sport a much more in-depth locale, and if that means there's a chance to mount a proper prison break from the inside, that'll be another thing crossed off GTA fans' bucket lists. Number 5, weather will be a huge focus. Although Rockstar have constantly delivered when it comes to making their open worlds feel lived in and authentic, one area they've never really been able to focus on has been the weather. GTA, Red Dead, and the Team Bondi-helmed LA Noire all featured an array of weather effects, but they were the usual suspects: rain, heavy downpours, cloudy skies, and the occasional storm. Red Dead Redemption 2 excelled when it came to simulating different seasons and climates, but again, the actual weather itself never massively impacted the way the player experienced the game. If rumors aren't anything to go by, however, GTA 6 may be about to rectify that particular element of gameplay. In fact, there will apparently be an array of inclement weather events on offer, including hurricanes and floods. That would make GTA 6's open world the most intuitive Rockstar have crafted yet, especially if they manage to marry the approach they took in Red Dead with next-gen technology. Number 4, the landscape and economy changes as the years progress. Going one step further in their attempts to make their worlds feel that little bit more organic, GTA 6 will reportedly see Rockstar add a fully fledged economy into the mix. It'll apparently change as the years progress, and so too will the game's landscape, another unique aspect afforded to the studio as they ostensibly work to make the next entry focus on a character over a given decade, as opposed to a couple of months. Illustrating the studio's insane commitment to detail even further is the fact vehicles acquired early on in the story will appreciate in value the further you get into it. Say you acquire a Coquette Classic in the 70s. That same vehicle will apparently increase in value as you enter the next decade, providing players with further incentive to engage in multiple aspects of the economy as soon as possible. Number 3, players will have to maintain their own criminal empire. From the same rumor that stated the game will be split between two playable protagonists, one criminal, the other a cop, GTA 6's single player will also include a management mechanic where players can grow and maintain their own criminal empire. The empire aspect of the game actually features in the two most compelling leaks thus far, with one likening it to the mechanics seen in Vice City Stories and the other to Fallout 4 and The Sims. Number 2, it'll be next-gen exclusive. Perhaps unsurprisingly, given the sheer array of features listed thus far all sound like they're beyond current-gen capabilities, the next Grand Theft Auto will reportedly be next-gen only. That's bad news for PS4 and Xbox One owners, but there is at least the hope that this next console leap will last for a much longer period of time, owing to the fact there aren't really all that many advancements left to make anymore. Rumors have indicated that the earliest release window for either the Xbox Scarlet or PlayStation 5 will be holiday season 2020, but those hoping for GTA to be available at launch may want to brace themselves now. And number 1, it'll release 2021 at the earliest. According to rumor, GTA 6 will release at the absolute earliest 2021. However, it might even be possible that the game could release as late as 2023, a whole decade after GTA 5 first graced the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. One would hope fans won't have to wait that long for the full release, and that Rockstar will be ready to deliver something slightly earlier into the console cycle, but we won't know for a while. The studio are busy maintaining work on the online modes for GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 respectively, and any official announcements are unlikely to come until next year at the earliest. There was a 2-year wait between Red Dead Redemption 2's announcement and its launch in 2018, so expect a similar waiting period after Rockstar finally lift the lid on the next title. And yeah, that was everything we know about GTA 6 Project Americas so far. As always, please be sure to post your thoughts down in the comments below and to like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Find more GTA coverage at whatculture.com/gaming, more of me on Twitter at YouRuinsThings, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!